yeah. So people who are in shape, they do things swiftly. Like there's no labor. There's no labor behind getting up.
Shame. Let me explain. Let me explain. What a motherfucking shame.
Any workout things, Vic? You've been working out?
Yeah, man. I decided to start doing. I have like a schedule now, like a three-day fucking interval.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go through like the push-up, sit-up routine with the cardio John. I'll do some plyometrics, and then the third day is like a more like chill recovery day of yoga.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. What have you been doing? YouTube shit, or like for your cardio, or you just been making it up?
No, it depends. Like I've been using this different YouTube channels, but the one I like the most is Mr. and Mrs. Muscle.
Mm-hmm.
They're like 10, 15 minutes at most.
Okay.
So like the whole workout is probably like 25 minutes, including the push-up and sit-up circuit.
Okay, that must be nice. Being skinny.
What do you mean?
Must be nice. Fred, how about you? You been working out?
Yep.
How's that been going?
It's been quite comical.
Okay.
Because I told you what I'm doing that. It feels like so cheesy that I'm doing it, but I was just like, let me do it. I don't know. I guess the infomercials like kind of sold me on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, I'm doing that DDP like yoga thing.
Okay.
And it's actually it's pretty good because it's not like now the thing is I'm not familiar with yoga, so I'm at this point where I'm trying to learn all the moves, like all the positions or whatever. And so a lot of it I think he calls it like dynamic movements, but a lot of it is like core strength training as well, because you're using your body weight and doing a lot of the stuff. So you're using muscles like stabilizing muscles that you don't usually do, because like the workouts I used to do were just like I mean it was either like super insane running and then like insane lifting of weights. And so now this is more like it's a lot gentler on the on my joints and stuff like that. So I'm just using this to kind of ease back in, and then like just trying to stay active. Like I went with the walk with the baby, like around the neighborhood or whatever. So I'm just trying to, I'm just limiting, not eating.
You do it, just give Tyler some sugar and just let him run, and then catch up to him. You know what I mean? You burn all that shit like this.
No, he won't, because he gets distracted. So I could say go run, and he'll be in someone's yard, like.
Yeah, so it's like a dog. Yeah, I got you. It's like a dog.
Yeah. He's like squirrel, so he. But the funny thing, the thing is with this, so like Kayla joined me yesterday in the session, and I'm like sweating. I'm like sweating, like I'm not like out of breath, but I'm sweating.
Yeah.
And she's just like swift, like she's like not even birth, like no, there's no sweat coming out of her. Swift? Yeah, swift was the wrong word, but she's doing it with ease.
No, swift was the right word. You know why swift was the right word? Because fat people don't do anything swiftly. You know what I mean? So when you see a skinny person, a la Vic or something, that like for example, here's a good example of swift, right? Of what this means. You out playing basketball, right? And a ball rolls down the court, and none of the fat people make the first move. But a skinny person swiftly hops to the ball. It doesn't really take much. You know what I mean? That's like swift. It makes sense.
Yeah. So people who are in shape, they do things swiftly. Like there's no labor. There's no labor behind getting up.
Yeah.
Like
it didn't take
your
much.
shoes. So that I guess that's why when just something like that, I would say was swift, because she's doing these positions, and I'm making noises. I'm like, I'm like, I'm making all kinds of noises, and she's just like quiet, just like this joint, and and all that. So, it's been good though. I'm just trying to get back on the wagon.
You know what's funny is is I noticed that when I'm doing these at home work, I noticed a couple of things, but one thing I noticed is, you remember the scene in Saving Private Ryan? I know everyone remembers the scene when the dude is about to stab the guy and he's going like, no, right? And it sounds so real. That's exactly what I sound like when I'm working out. Like when I'm watching these videos, and she's like, all right, we're going to get on the ground. And I'm like, no, please, no. You know what I mean? It's terrible. I hate it. I don't do anything swiftly. It all sucks. And the other thing that sucks, which I wasn't ready for, I don't have a workout. Are you using a mat of some sort?
Me? Oh, yeah.
See, I wasn't ready for this. So I put out an old hoodie on the ground so I could pour sweaters. I don't have a choice. Otherwise, it's going to bleed into the carpet, and it's going to rain on Andrew and Angie downstairs. It's going to be like the SWV video. You know what it's going to be like the Miss Jackson video downstairs of Brian Sweat and tears. So I had to put a hoodie down.
You don't got a towel?
I mean, I have towels. Yeah, I have towels, but I don't want to waste my good towels on my sweat.
Yeah. You didn't think about that.
What?
You didn't think about those towels.
They're good towels?
I didn't think about it.
He like went past the towel. He's like,
Let me grab this old hoodie right here. Let me put this hoodie down.
All these towels in the way. Where's the hoodie?
These fucking towels are all over the place. Where's that old hoodie at?
Yo, I also want to put out there, I'm not that fucking skinny.
Yeah,
I'm just in relation.
Are you have you ever weighed?
No, you're slim thick.
Damn, slim thick. Have you ever weighed a 200-pound in your life? Has there ever been more than 2 twos in your weight? No, well, I guess 122. No, more than 2 twos in your weight.
No.
No, the answer.
Vic, how much do you weigh?
178.
That's what's up. I could eat.
I remember those days.
And have room to spare. You know
I remember those days.
Do you? I don't remember those days. I was too young. You know?
Yeah, I used to bring my lunch to school.
Yo.
Last time I weighed 178, I was sneaking Chinese food from the.
But honestly, no. Honestly, 170. I want to say I was probably. I want to say in 4th grade.
Damn.
Bro, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest.
I feel like I hit 200. I think I hit 200 in 5th grade.
You know what happens? You know what happens?
Right. What the fuck?
It's like age. So I'm gonna do one of these things that Christian always gets me. Yeah. I'm gonna do one of those things. You know, they say like as you get older,
it's like him playing catchphrase.
It's gonna make sense in 5 minutes. You know how they say
you should have been 10 minutes later.
When you get older. So you know, they say how time is relative. They say that the days feel shorter as you get older because you've lived so many days. All right, that each single day starts feeling shorter because there's so many days. So if you've only lived one day, that day feels like forever. But then once you live like 2 days, now that time is cut in half. Well, it's the same with weight. When I was in grade school, the numbers kept going up at such a rapid pace that I lost track. I don't. It's a blur to me. You know what I mean? When I weighed 200 pounds last, it's just a different life. You know what I mean? I don't know when that was.
I remember 200 being like like it had. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it was 5th grade. But then I was also like, I started gaining. I was like pretty tall back then too. Like I stopped growing in 8th grade, so I was like this height almost all of high school.
Let me explain.
Yep.
Let me explain. What a motherfucking shame. Let me explain. What a motherfucking shame.